Alrighty, so final boss Taizoo's out, and obviously it hasn't been out but for 10 minutes. But I got number 2, which is really cool. I try to try to see how fast I can get a decent ranking on here, and for some reason the actual like thing itself is kind of messed up and it's not updating correctly. So it's in 0.59. Actually, it could be updating correctly. It's just the fact that maybe there's like so few people playing. I'm not really sure what the deal with it is, but every time I go into it, basically it updates a little bit. Maybe not that time, but yeah, there's a couple of decent rewards in here. The exchange shop is honestly pretty bare. Like, I feel like there's not really a whole lot. You only get 5 engraving stones, 5 hammers, which really isn't all that great, 20 anvils, but you get 5 per, 15 of each of these, but you get 4. There are the Wedding King and Wedding Diane cosmetics. So if you don't have those already, you can definitely grab those while they're here. If you already have them, they're going to give you cosmetic upgrades instead. So that's kind of nice if you want to. But the team that we're going to be using is this right here. It's honestly nothing too crazy. A lot of people have Death Pierce, I feel like. This blue Diane is actually free. You get her just by playing the game, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I can't remember if you get this blue DN or not. Either way, she's a coin shop unit, so she's not hard to get. Gother is also a coin shop unit. Matrona is not, like, readily accessible, but she's kind of like one of those units that was on just, like, a ton of banners for no reason, really. So if you have her, you can definitely use her. If you have the new red Matrona, you can also use her. I'm basically just using her to remove buffs from the enemy team. And honestly, this fight's super easy. You probably don't even really need to have like a specific team for it. The biggest notable thing that you need to know is they deal extra damage to male characters and take more damage from female characters. So that's the reason why I'm basically using 2 big females. But we're basically going to upgrade on Matrona first thing here. I'm going to hit him just because he's kind of annoying. He just puts on little debuffs and stuff like that. And then I think I'm going to waste the Gother card right here. The really nice thing about this big Diane is that she has rupture skills, which actually do play into one of the challenges for this one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's right there. I think at the very end there's like little missions or whatever that you can do. But dealing rupture damage, I think 5 times is one of the missions, so if you get that done, you can actually get some pretty decent extra score. If you get Matrona's AoE card, if you're using the blue Matrona, she actually, the level 2 card removes buffs, which is really nice, because I think once they start putting on buffs, it starts to get kind of annoying having to deal with it. I think, let's just try to get some damage out on some of these other characters and waste some cards in hand. You don't really have to worry about doing much, to be honest, because they die pretty easily. You can kind of see, like, anytime they attack Gother, he basically patiences, but I do have really good gear on him, so I don't know if it's just the fact that this, you know, the characters have sort of outgrown this event in general, just, you know, in, you know, the level 90 and Super Awakening 6 and everything has kind of pushed it over the edge a bit. But yeah, Taizoo's going to put up this buff right here, which is normally kind of a hindrance, but we can actually use the rupture skills and then get rid of the buffs. So this will actually do really good damage. Boom. And then boom. And then we'll get a ton of score for removing buffs. So if you're wanting to shoot for like a high score, definitely bring somebody that can remove buffs. I like her specifically because she does an AoE buff removal, which is honestly pretty nice to have. Sometimes Waillo will hit you with the ult, and it'll make it to where whoever you're trying to rush ult on can't use theirs, which can be kind of an issue, but I think we're just going to do triple AoE here to try to get both of these guys down. I don't necessarily know that we're gonna kill Taizoo with this, but maybe. I do actually have UR gear for Matrona at this point, but it's an HP defense set, and I don't have a whole lot of her cosmetics, so there is that, I guess. Let's just use both of the rupture cards here, and then we'll just move that over. When I did this last time, you can see that I finished the mission right there for doing 5 rupture damages. We're gonna go ahead and skip this. Last time I actually did end up getting a level 3 Gother buff, so I think we're gonna try to do that again just to get a little bit of extra stats, and then we're gonna use this, and that should actually end up finishing off the match. The only thing that you really need to know about phase 2 is that they all end up having their own individual stances that can be really annoying to deal with sometimes. So if you want to bring somebody who can do stance removal, I'm pretty sure Matrona's AoE card actually does remove stances if you get it to a level 3. But normally, as long as you kind of rush into an ult that's pretty decent and you just AoE, like you can see, she's only level 80. I have her 3 stars super awakened, which isn't anything super crazy, but yeah, it definitely does the job. It did like 3 mil damage. I got, what was it, 2,887, which is funny because that's 1 point under my previous score. And it looks like I'm still in number 2. Well, I don't know. Actually, this updates every 10 minutes, I think. So I'm probably going to get pushed out of this very quickly, but kind of cool. I always like going for like an early high score, but that's pretty much all you need to know. There's tons of teams that you can use for this if you really need to. I'm pretty sure Grand Cross actually has the filter now, so you should be able to filter skills and such. So you should be able to see like maybe debuff removal, or well, that stance cancel should be buff cancel, maybe be one. I'm honestly not sure, but you can definitely use this little list. There's buff disable. Well, no, not buff disable, right? We're looking for buff. Nope. I don't know. Either way, there's definitely other stuff that you can use to sort of filter through. I actually used Grand Cross database whenever I was searching through characters. I don't know if I still have it pulled up or not, but it looks a little bit like this. I'll try to leave a link to this skill filter down in the description below, because you can actually go into here and see remove buffs. These are all the characters that do that. Definitely, if you want to, just pick out, you know, characters that are female, so that way you do more damage with them. Then you can do remove stances as well. I'm pretty sure it actually stacks, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, so you can select those, do whatever you need to. You can actually go to rupture damage if you really need it, whatever the case may be. I did notice that this Red Gila is actually pretty good because she removes buffs on level 1, and she's a pretty old character, so you probably have her if you've been playing the game for a while, but I don't know, it is a single target, so it's but yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. I don't really have anything else to go over. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, but yeah, just use your waifus if you really want to. This is I really like that blue giant Deanne, so this was actually a really good chance for me to like get to use her a little bit, because I have that most malevolent knight set or whatever, and she looks fantastic in it. So yeah, basically just use a woman. Get the women to do the fighting for you. That's it from me though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. I don't really have like a goal or anything in mind. I guess our next goal is kind of like 10K, so if you want to help me with that, feel free. I do content on the game pretty much every single day, unless there's just like an absolutely dead patch. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.